Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased technical analysis. And guys, we got one of the biggest weeks for the S&P 500 for the stock market coming up starting tomorrow, okay? Had some bullish price action today, it was amazing. But bullish price action before these big catalyst days, it's sus. Okay, it's sus, man. But at the end of the day, price action is the shepherd and we're gonna follow it. But I do want to mention, we got CPI tomorrow morning. Okay, expectation is at 0.3%. So the way I interpret that is if it comes in higher than expected, the market may give us a bearish reaction. If it comes in lower than expected, the market may give us a bullish reaction. Okay, now if it comes in bearish or bullish, what does that look like and how should we trade it? Well, guess what? Uncle is gonna talk about that in today's video. Let's go. Okay, so before I give you guys the bear case and the bull case scenario and how I'm gonna trade CPI tomorrow, I want to talk about real quick how I traded today, because knowing Uncle's trading style and understanding how I approach trading with my trade system, you know, I believe it could be helpful for when I explain how I'm gonna trade for tomorrow's plan. Okay, but as far as today go, what does Uncle Charles always do when the market opens? Okay, if you guys been watching my channel long enough, you guys know exactly what I do when the market opens at 9:25, 9:30, okay, especially 9:30. What do I do? Well, if you don't know, I always identify the first resistance and the first support relative to where the market opened. I said right here, I got first resistance at 395 to 395.5 zone, long if it clears. First support is at 393.5, short if it fails. So we look at the 15-minute chart. This is where Uncle usually execute his trades, okay? 15 to 30 minute chart. All my support and resistance levels are based on the daily chart. But you can see here, boom. We open here with a bounce off the 393.5 is support. Cool. Bulls stepped up where they needed to at support. But do I trust the bounce off as support? Not always. When I do trust a bounce off as support, it has to clear a resistance level. So it bounced off my support. And right here around 11 o'clock, it finally cleared a resistant level. What did I say the first resistance was? 395 to 395.5 zone. So we cleared 395. This is where you enter calls, okay? Because it cleared 395. It cleared the first resistance, and your put should be below 395, okay? Not, you see, this is where some people get confused. You see how this candle right here went a little below 395? That's not a trigger to cut your loss. It has to close below 395 on the 15-minute chart for you to cut your loss. If you entered based on 395, you want to see it close below 395 for your trade to be invalidated. That means cut your loss. But if it doesn't close below 395, your trade is not invalidated. That means to keep on holding. So the plan was to look for calls or long, as wrote here, long if it clears. Okay, if it clears 395, you long, boom. It never went back below the 395 level, okay? And it cleared here at 395.5. Now here's where it got a little tricky. All right, here's where it got a little tricky. False breakout setup, because it cleared the 395.5 level, but it closed back below 395.5 here, okay? So remember, your stop loss should have been at 395. Or if you did play this false breakout, you should have been looking to take profits at 395, because remember, level to level means level to level. I kid you not, guys. I don't say level to level because I like how I sound. I don't even like the sound of my own voice. I'm surprised I even have people watching my YouTube channel. I'm serious. But anyways, yes, this was a false breakout setup, but it would have been more bearish if it took out the 395, because remember, one thing is level to level, and two, this was a zone, okay? But anyways, stop loss never got triggered. But for me personally, when I did buy calls here and I tried to take profits around 395.5, I was actually in scalp mode because with the big catalyst day tomorrow, honestly, I wasn't expecting anything to happen, but you know, price action gonna do what price action gonna do, right? So when it cleared 395.5 here, I ended up cutting my loss. I took profits there, I held a runner, and then I cut my runner. It wasn't on a loss, but you know, I still cut it, okay? So boom. And obviously you can see in hindsight, I should have just kept on holding. However, I love playing the false breakout and the false breakdown setup. Now this caused me to cut loss. However, we recaptured 395.5 at the 130 candle. Now this was mentioned in the Discord as well. Okay, I wrote right here, puts if 395 fail, calls if 395.5 recaptures. And I wrote right here, 395.5 recaptured here, and I wrote my targets, okay, and where we should take profits. Did it work out? Well, it worked out beautifully. Alerted the group to buy calls at 395.5 recapture, which it happened. It tested as a support. All right, this low intraday rising wedge was starting to look weak, but it never closed below it. You see that? You see those wicks? It tested my 395.5 level as a support, and it washed below the rising wedge, but it never closed below it. That was not a trigger to cut loss or enter puts. It was, and if anything, it was for entry because it was bouncing off of my level. And look at that. I also had an intraday resistant level here, starting from this level right here, 830, where we got the PPI data last week, and we got a nice test here, right here, this candle, 1 o'clock candle, and also the 145 candle. Breakout level was 396. I actually mentioned this to one of my Discord members. Buy calls if it breaks 396. In case they miss this entry, there's always another setup. And boom, it worked out beautifully and smashed all the way up to 398.92. It was beautiful trade, guys. Beautiful, beautiful trade. So, like I said, we got CPI tomorrow. Usually with price action like this, it's a recapture of some critical level. I would be bullish entering tomorrow. I would even mention the swing calls entering tomorrow. However, CPI tomorrow, to flip a coin. I have a no swinging rule before catalyst days like this, okay? Because it's a coin toss. I'd rather trade afterwards, okay? So like I said, if CPI comes in higher than 0.3, if inflation for us, the consumers, come in higher than expected, we're probably going to get a bearish reaction, okay? If it comes in lower than expected, we might get a bullish reaction, okay? But, like I said, price action is the shepherd. That means bull case scenario time, bull case scenario. It cleared I had a couple levels that it cleared. 398 will be support, critical support. 398 to 398.5 zone. That will be critical support. It needs to stay above that level tomorrow. For the bull case, clear 400, right? Clear the 400. Go back and test the 200 DMA, daily moving average, which is at 42.6. Let's clear that. Let's go and back test this this uptrend line from October low. Okay, we back test that tomorrow, will be around 405-ish. Okay, so that bull case scenario starts as long as it can stay above 398.5 with 398 lowest. Okay, go test 400. Look for calls if it breaks 400. Go test the 200-day moving average. Secure some profits there. Leave a runner. If that clears, we can go see 405 and possibly 407.5-ish. Okay, 407.5-ish is now the multi-month trend line from January high. All right, that's the bull case scenario. Bear case scenario is this, okay? Remember, bull case scenario starts with above 398.5. Look for calls if it can clear 400. Look for calls. If it breaks below 398 tomorrow, that's the bear case scenario. If it breaks below 398 tomorrow, okay? Today was a false breakout, all right? If CPI comes in and it pushes price down below 398, today was a false breakout. That is a bearish setup, all right? With next support below 398, with next support at 395 to 395.5 zone. Okay, break down that level. I would swing puts below 395. Okay, with CPI tomorrow, it could give us a strong move. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even swing puts because we also have FOMC the day after. So I take that back. Don't swing puts. But I would definitely look for puts below 395. All right, 393.5, and of course, we could possibly go test 390.6. All right, that'll be a critical level based on this Fibonacci channel line. Below 390.6, we can go down to 388. Yeah, 388, then 386.3-ish, and maybe the 50-day moving average around 384-ish. Okay, guys? So my bull case scenario, above 398.5, clear 400. Okay? Above the 200-day moving average, around 42.6. That's bullish. All right, we could push it up higher. Bear case scenario starts below 398 and push below 395 and 393.5. You guys got my levels. You guys got my setups. It's on you guys to trade it like the sheeps and be unbiased. All right? Bah! Triple Q actually cleared the 284.88 level. That's a 38.2 fib level from August high down to October low. But like I said, we got CPI tomorrow. This is a bullish close for today. But man, bullishness before a catalyst day is just so sus, guys. So if Triple Q falls back below 284.8, if it falls below the, oh goodness, I have support at 282-ish and a critical one at 280. If it falls below 280, it will be extremely, extremely bearish. Okay, with 277, 273, and possibly 269 back in play. Okay, bull case scenario, stay above 284.88 and go clear 287.7, 290.7, and go test 294.34. Dow Jones actually cleared and recaptured the 340 level. Normally, I would swing calls on a setup like this, but man, CPI got us. It's going to be very tricky. I hope nobody's swinging in tomorrow. Very tricky. And if you do swing tomorrow, I hope it works out in your favor. Okay, so bull case, stay above 340, clear 343, and trigger a move to 346.5, 348.6, and 351. Must stay above 340 to be bullish. If it's below 340, it is not bullish. 338, 336.5, 335.7 is low trend line right here. Okay, we could get a head and shoulder. All right, got the head, got the left shoulder, could get a right shoulder. Neckline's around 335.5-ish. Yeah, look for puts at that level, fail. All right, but definitely below 340 would be a false breakout setup. Above 340, this level holds. Look for calls if 343 clears. All right, Tesla. Oh boy, look, it's so beautiful. I had a beautiful trade, guys. Beautiful trade setup on Tesla. Now, I did mention to you guys and if you guys watch my Tesla content on last YouTube channel, okay, my YouTube video, I said that we cleared a couple critical level, 177.5, 175. If we break back below the level, that's a false breakout setup. You guys can see we tested 177 as a resistance, broke back below 175 and just kept on pushing. It was amazing. It was alerted here as well in case anybody missed the 175 breakdown or 177.5 back test. I'm bearish with first resistance at 172.5. Okay, next support, boom. All right, so basically we could have looked. I had a level around 172.5, and it definitely broke that intraday. Holy moly, that's the pink line right here. Let me change the color too. Yeah, I don't like it that yellow. Change it to light blue. Okay, right there, boom, and it just broke right down. So yeah, I got first resistance around 169. As long as stay bearish as long as below 169. I got the next support at 166. It almost tested that today. I was really hoping it did. I know I have a member that's in puts right now, so I hope that you came out green on your puts. But yeah, if 166 failed tomorrow, we could get a big drop to the downside. I'm looking at 159. Let me see some previous pivot lows here. Yeah, we got some previous pivot lows around around 165-ish. So that will be a support for tomorrow. 166 fail, 165-ish. And then we got some at 163. Okay, 163 fails. We could definitely go test that 159 level tomorrow. Okay, as far as the bullish case goes, only bullish that could recapture some level is lost today. So starting with 172. And they got to recapture 175, 177.5 to get bullish for me. But starting with 172, all right, but and 169. But I'll stay bearish below 169 with 172 highest, okay? Stay bearish below 172. Apple managed to recapture that 143.5 level. It gave it a hard time last week Fine got the close above, but will it last with CPI tomorrow? Will that last? So drop, stay below 143.5, 141.7, 139. I'll be very bearish for Apple, okay? But as long as it stay above 143, the breakout holds, and we go test 147 and 150, guys. Okay, so watch that 143.5 equilibrium level. All right, keep an eye on that. So yeah, while we got some bullishness from the SPY, we also got some bullishness from the VIX and the DXY. That's why I'm telling you guys, this is some suspect stuff, man. Sus. All right, because the VIX is supposed to inverse the SPY. The DXY is supposed to inverse the SPY. Instead, the VIX popped up, which tells me fear is going up. DXY was, not too green, but it did show some bullishness, which is a sign that fear is, at least for the SPY, it's going up. Because when the market's doing bad, usually people will gonna start taking bets and going long on the DXY. At least that's from what I understand. And if the VIX goes up, that usually means fear is going up. VIX goes down, it usually means fear is going down, or greed is going up. And it all went up on the same day, okay? And very interesting. So that's some type of divergence. I want to say a bearish divergence, but like I said, CPI tomorrow, guys. It can be flip a coin. You got to not be biased about this. Got to not be biased about this. Whatever happens tomorrow, just follow it. All right? You got to watch out for the false breakouts and false breakdowns, okay? False breakouts, false breakdowns. Watch out for those false for those false setups. Could try to fake us out. But, with the VIX and the DXY, how it behaved today, this tells me that there's some trickery about here, okay? So as far as the levels go, 25 is the next resistance for VIX. If it clears that, bullishness continue. Break back below 23.5, and today would be a false breakout. All right, DXY is still trying to put in that lower high. But the last time here, this lower high right here, it's trying to put in a higher low. Excuse me, but we had a lower high here because the 200-day moving average acted like tough resistance. So we'll see if it can put in a higher low. It's gonna have to clear that 200-day moving average. It got resistance here starting at 105.3, but that 200-day moving average is at 105.7 with the next critical resistance at 106.6. All right. So if it wants to be bullish, clear some resistance. All right. Support is at 104.6 and 104.3. Take out those supports, and 103.6 will be in play. All right, guys. Let's end this with the option flow. Filter for 500K premiums or above. And what are big money doing? Heading into CPI. This is what they're doing. 51% in the calls. Okay, so it's not much more than the puts. All right. But as far as things that are sticking out, let me see what's above the ask. Above the ask. So big money's overall bearish heading into tomorrow. We got some sweep orders. They're not taking big bets here. Size is small. Below $1 million here. The puts. Okay, so it's out the money. 385, 388, 376. This one's a low in the money, but it's a split. So as far as the above the ask one, orders are for heading tomorrow, they are bearish and they are out the money, but they aren't that aggressive as I've seen in the past. Okay, Triple Q. Now, what is Triple Q up to? 76% in the calls, huh? And look at this one. Holy moly. 711K, over 500K sweep orders. Big size. 11,000, 9,000 here. 310 strike price. Okay, this is a sweep order over 2 million. 288 strike price. Okay, we got some out the money calls. Big money aggressive plays coming in for Triple Q. Okay, could that be a sign? Dow Jones, nothing for Dow Jones. Apple, 79% overall of Apple, but these don't look that impressive. These puts are a little out the money. They're not that aggressive though, but they're a little out the money. Tesla, what you got? 65% in the puts. Well, those hedges we saw last week, they're slowing down a bit. We are still seeing some of it still, but they're slowing down a little. All right, but overall bearish on Tesla. We still seeing the hedges come in though. Those very in the money puts. All right, DXY, you got anything for us? Nope. And the VIX. What they doing with VIX? Nothing for the VIX. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more content from Uncle Charles, please consider joining the Discord. I got some holiday deals going on. If you're interested in joining Uncle's Discord, let's make some money, guys. Let's make some money in all 2023 long. Let's go. Happy holidays. Peace.